Hey, 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 friends. It's Rashida. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you all for being here. Something's off with my light today and I can't figure out what it is, but I'm still happy you're here. Hi. Wait, my screen just went away because that's what happens. Hey, hey. Um, all right, so people in the chat, they're planning their trips to or their moves to Mexico. Halisi used a lawyer she's not a lawyer. She helps people do. Girl, that's not what we're talking about today. I lost the word, and it's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about today is slaying your career break fears. So a lot of times people are super scared about taking a career break because they think it's going to destroy their career, or they think like, oh, I don't know, but I can do like long-term solo traveling, or it looks too much like moving abroad and I don't know what to do. So we're going to talk about all those fears. We're going to talk about what you specifically care about. So whatever things that you're afraid of, let's talk about that and let's figure out, what we can do. We always say there are things you're going to be scared of. Do them anyway, right? Do it. You're scared of it, just do it. But what if you weren't scared of it? Like, what if we could take away some of those fears? So you're still scared of some things when you do your career break or you move abroad, but you're scared of less things. So we're going to aim for you being scared of less things today. And so let's talk about your fears. I had a list of things people talk to me about. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you're new here, you're probably not here. If you're new here, this is for le regulares. We get together on Sundays. But if you are new here, my name is Rashida Dow. I talk about career breaks, moving abroad, early retirement, all the stuff that will get you to what I consider your best life. And I have started a new YouTube channel with my business bestie, Stephanie Perry. It is youtube.com/Exodus Summit. It's in the description. We have a fun-filled day tomorrow, which I hear is a holiday for y'all in America. President's Day. Subscribe, watch a video. So it's a bank holiday, so you may not be working. Put it on, play. It's 10 hours. Let it run in the background, right? If you're at work, press play anyway. They don't expect anything out of you. Listen, if you have to go to work on a holiday, on a bank holiday, nobody expects real work for you. You don't want to do real work. Your boss don't want to do real work. Your boss wants to be out in the kiddie pool, right, with her kids, like everybody else is. So go ahead and do that. Oh, it's February, so there probably isn't a kiddie pool. Whatever y'all do I don't remember winter. I have blocked out winter in the Americas. I don't know what that means anymore. So whatever y'all do, pretend you're doing that, watch our video, right? So the videos are about women taking their career breaks. And so you'll be able to get a lot of inspiration from 12 women who took their own career breaks, and you can learn a lot from them. So press the play. I'll go over that, not right now. Open another tab, youtube.com/Exodus Summit, subscribe, and set a reminder to watch a video tomorrow because we're going to be in there. We're going to be live chatting. We're going to be talking to you about the super inspirational, super sabbatical mega mix. So we want you there watching that. Yolanda says, I'm just there to be the token black. Girl, you weren't going to do no work anyway. You were not going to do any work anyway. Just press play. Let it play in the background. Colette says, every day is a holiday for me now. Because Colette said, I'm not coming back. And she quit her job. She quit her job. She quit her job. Colette quit her job. Colette, I'm going to put a little bit of your business in the streets. Colette is a student of From Burnout to Bliss, which is my career break and move abroad course. And Colette, after her first meeting, somewhere between the first meeting and the second, Colette told them people, you're not going to see me again. So yay for Colette. Yay for From Burnout to Bliss. Link to join is in the description. All right, I think those are my plugs for the day. Let's get into it. Let's talk about your career break fears. All right. What are you scared of? If you want to take a career break, but something is holding you back, even if you don't consider it a fear, but it's something that has you like, I don't know if that's right for me. Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. D, you got an email. The next D joined that program. D, the next coaching session is April 9th. No, it's February. March 9th. I sent you an email with the dates, and they're in the actual course. You can see the dates for when the next group coaching is, but you'll be able to get into the program and see stuff now. Yes, From Burnout to Bliss is out here changing Black women's lives. Come through. Link in the description. All right. Okay, so Jada Explores says her fear is running out of money. Jade Explores. I'm gonna call that, I feel like that's Jad Explore. It's fine. Run out of money. Okay. Common fear. And I'm gonna point to my role model and my mentor, Stephanie Perry, and say, what happens if you do run out of money? Stephanie ran out of money. I think she tells a story that she came back from her career break with I feel like she says $6 in the bank, but that could be a different number. Okay. If you run out of money, come home, get a job, do some hustling wherever you are in the world. Money comes, money goes. If you have a good budget, you should not run out of money, right? You have an idea of what your expenses will be. You know how much money you have. If you're paying attention to the money, it's hard to actually run out unless something truly unexpected happens. And if you work with me, you have a truly unexpected savings fund. Because I always tell people, you need to make a budget for how much money you have, and then you need to add 25% on top of that before you go, right? If you want to be in Switzerland for a year on your career break, we'll work to figure out how much that budget costs, right? You figure out what your budget costs. There are lots of tools online to help you do that. My favorite is, I want to say The World Awaits, but that's not it. Why do I not know? Literally. Someone's going to drop it in the thing because my brain is not fully on right now. But I'm so at a loss right now. Y'all know the budget tools. Y'all drop the budget tools I always talk about in the chat because my brain is not fully functioning. But okay, so you figure out your budget, you figure out what it is, and then add 25% on top. Boom. The earth awaits, child. Thank you. Thank you. Rosetta's heard me say that a few times. Thank you. And Numbio is another one. I like the earth awaits better, but they use Numbio's information, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so yeah, you should not run out of money. You know how much money you have, and you don't have to travel for any subscribed amount of time. You don't have to go anywhere specific. So when your money starts running out, go to a place with a really low cost of living and hang out there for a while, right? You'll spend less money. You'll be able to be there longer. You may be able. Okay, so when I was traveling, not because of money, I made choices because of money, but this wasn't why I made this choice. About 8 months into my journey, I was like, if I don't go and sit down somewhere, I'm going to go home because I'm so tired of traveling. I am exhausted of packing bags and moving to a new Airbnb or a hotel or something like that. And so I was like, where can I sit down for a few months and just chill? I went to Chiang Mai, Thailand. One of the reasons was because it was cheap. So the main reason I wanted to sit down was because I was tired. But I chose a cheap place to sit down. I sat down there for 3 or 4 months, and I started this YouTube channel and this business that I run now, right? Thailand is the place I started my business because I sat still for 3 months. It was I got there in month 9. So it was the last stretch of my trip, but that's when I started running a business, or I started this YouTube. I really started this YouTube channel. I knew which direction I was going in. Yeah. So don't be afraid of running out of money. Stephanie said she had $32 and it wasn't enough money to make it home from the airport. So I'm guessing one of the Perrys came to pick her up. It's okay. You come back, get a, I hate saying get a job, but like the money will come to you, right? Like, do not worry about money. Like, you can run out of money, right? My wallets got stolen. I had to call people like, I need you, the Western Union, me some money, because I have no access to money. Like, I have like my entire wallet, every car, everything was stolen. And so it was like, do I know someone who will send me $100 until I can figure out how to get back into my bank? Things happen, you'll figure out a way. I have a friend who had all his stuff stolen in South Africa, phone, laptop, I think his wallet too. The community came together, right, to help take care of him, because that's what we do, because we know things happen, right? So if you're planning a trip and you look like your money's getting low, don't wait until you have $2 to make a plan. But like, if you have 6 months left on your trip and 3 months left of money, make a new plan. Make a different plan. Maybe it's going home early. Maybe it's going somewhere really cheap. Maybe it's figuring out what you can do to increase your income and get more money coming in. We can do this. And if you run out of money, as long as you can get home to a place where as long as you can get to a place where you feel safe and someone else can pick you up from the airport and feed you for a few days, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. All right. Oof. Between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and she put a notice January 3rd, I love an action taker. I love an action taker. Sis said, I thought I was going to do it, and then I changed my mind. Yay. I love it. Let me see. Covered by God, opening a bank account yesterday for her abroad spending. I looked at my Charles Schwab bank account today, like, are you reimbursing me all of these fees? Yes, thank you. But yeah, it's one of the best things. Let's see. Jade explores. Thank you for letting me know, Jade. JDM says, I'm afraid that I won't be able to find a job at my current salary if I took a year off. I had a similar fear when I took my year off. And it wasn't that I wasn't find a job at the current salary. It was that it was bigger. It was a twist on it. I thought about it a different way. What I thought was, I'm in a very specialized industry. But if I take a year off, will I be behind? Like, will I know the things I need to know to get another job? Will people want to hire me? Will there be openings? Like, I worked for car companies. How many car companies are there in America? Right? Like, there are only so many, right? Like, who wants to hire me? Like, I do a very specialized thing for a very specialized employer. There's not, like, what if that doesn't work out? And then I told y'all, like, 6 months into the trip, I was like, clock in for who? Go back to other people telling me what to do and when to do it. Like, that was my biggest fear, was saying, I can't take time off, because what if I can't get another job? And then it dawned on me, I didn't like that job to begin with. I did not like those jobs. So I was going to put my happiness on hold for fear of not being appropriately unhappy in the future. Like, why? I have no reason to believe another job in the same industry, working for the same people, because it's kind of incestuous. We all move from company to company. To kind of know everybody. What made me feel that, like, another employer would be better? I have no reason to believe that, right? And so I'm scared of leaving this job behind, or taking a break from the industry, because I might not be able to find another job, right? But I didn't even like that job. You know what I loved? Traveling the world for a year. You know what made me feel really good? Traveling the world for a year. That job. And during my year of travels, I decided that I can't work for other people anymore. Like, I don't know what I'm going, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. But like the first time a coworker got stank with me, I was definitely gonna walk out. So like, why even bother walking in? Like after a year of being able to do what, or 6 months for me of doing what being able to do whatever I wanted to do whenever I wanted to do it, the idea of having to be somewhere Monday and Friday, the idea of somebody's vice president, 7 getting buck with me on like a Friday evening, and me, I'm in the grocery store and I stop in the aisle and I'm writing an email and I'm cussing him out, but like the way you cuss out somebody who can get you fired is that, and we have CC'd everybody on this email, and he's like, we're both like on the verge of professional, like we hanging off that cliff. After a year of not having to deal with, or 6 months of not having to deal with it, I knew in the next 6 months I need to figure something else out, because it's not going to be cussing people out in the grocery store. I'm in the grocery store now, not thinking about nobody. Me and that man, we were deep in that email chain, deep in it, like so close to calling each other names. And I like him. He likes me. But we just had one of those. It was just one of those moments, right? Yeah, I had to realize I don't want this anymore. So nothing is sticking in my head this morning. It must be the wig. I think the clips in the wig have started to like put holes in my head because nothing is staying inside. But I talked to a woman on my channel during the pandemic, and I cannot remember her name right now because holes in the head. She said, when I asked her if she was afraid of losing her job, she put into words what I'd never been able to put into words before. And what she said was, I hated that job. And I knew I could always come back and find another job that I hated. So unless you love your job, don't worry about it. I know we're talking about the salary, and that's a different angle, but what I would say is, if you're being underpaid now. I don't know what you do. I don't know who you are. I'm guessing if you're here, you're a Black woman, you're being underpaid. Someone else will underpay you. Like someone else will look at your resume and be like, damn, she's fire. Let's underemploy her, or maybe overemploy her and underpay her. Somebody else is gonna look at your resume and be like, damn, she's awesome, but she's Black, so we can take advantage of her. You do it. You can get this current salary again. You're not being overpaid. You're not like, you didn't win the lotto of job, generally speaking, right? Unless your employer is a sugar daddy and you're doing some things we're not going to talk about right now, you're probably still being underpaid. But you can find another job. You can find someone else to take advantage of you. You can. I believe in you. If you got this far, if you got this money, you can get this money again. You get more money next time. Hi, friends. Let me see what I'm missing in the comments. Let me tell you. So I run a business with Stephanie, and every month we look at each other and we're like, how much money do you want to get paid? Every month where we work, we don't always work, but every month where we work, I kind of sit down and I'm like, how about we pay each other this much this month? Like, okay, the money's there. The money is there. If you have half a skill, if you got a skill, someone will pay it. And I'm gonna come back to someone else that I saw in the comments in a minute. Let me see. Shadi, you good. You are. If master stylist means master hairstylist, you need to be on the road traveling to these cities and doing Black women's hairs, because you see, we ain't got no one. We out here sad and alone. I'm seeing box braids in the city with those raggedy ass burnt ends with a little lump on the end. We need people. Like, if you are a master hairstylist, grab your bags, grab your tools, hit these cities. Hit these cities where there are Black women. You will have money. You will have clients. You will have fun. If it's not hair, let's talk about that. But I think you're talking about hair. Girl, you ain't got no problems. Tell people, I know people who do hair tours. Like the woman who braided my hair last time is in Playa del Carmen. She goes to a number of different cities in the country. And every city she goes to, she's booked up because we need people to do our hair. So if you are a master if you are a hairstylist, all of you, and there's not, if you are skilled, people will come through and pay you. Black women, y'all know Black women will pay you to do your hair. And if you travel with some products you're selling, the money's already in your account, girl. The money is in your account. If you have a skill, it is most likely transferable. If you can do hair, please hit these friendly skies, the unfriendly skies, the boats, the ferries. Get somewhere else and do hair. We are out here like, who gonna do this? Who gonna comb this? Our secret? I'm gonna tell y'all our secret right now. It's not my secret. Other people's secret. In Mexico City, the best option to straighten our hair that I'm hearing about is a white man. Do y'all see what I'm talking about? Like, how? If I want to get my hair blown out, flat iron, because you know he ain't gonna press, right? Ain't no pressing comb. So if I gotta get it flat iron, I gotta go. If y'all don't grab your bags and your tools and get on the road, please and thank you. Like that is an asset, not a liability. All of you hairdressers in the comments, hit a different city. You don't. If there are Black women there, we need you. Thank you. All right. Let me see. Angela said, know me. Know me. Always. She always getting another job. Not afraid. I love it. I love it. Greta solved her own problem. Greta said, oh, I was scared. And then I did some research. And I think for all of you, that's a really good point. Whatever your fear is, do some research. Do some research. A pre-existing condition, you're typically going to get better healthcare, better access to doctors than in the US. Cheaper and better. And honestly, like, this is not a knock on the American doctors I know and like, because it's gonna sound shady. But a lot of times we're worried about the quality of healthcare in other countries. And even if the American doctor had a better education and better tools, which will cost you more money, than since I'm in Mexico, I will say a Mexican doctor. Even I'm not saying that's true, but even if it's true, if you're only getting like 34 seconds of that American doctor's time, are you getting better treatment? Right? Like if you are not getting someone who sits down with you and hears you, and as a Black woman understands that when you say you're in pain, you actually experience pain. You're not a machine, right? Who understands what it's like in your body and that like they cannot judge everything by white American standards like they do now. Like, are you really getting the best healthcare if you're not getting actual attention because the doctor only has 3 minutes before he's got to go see his next patient? I don't think you are. I don't think you go somewhere else and get attentive doctors who listen to you and charge less. Ciao. Yes, Chimani's hair and makeup. Makeup girl? I was gonna do a photo shoot, so I was looking for a makeup artist in Mexico City, and you know what? I'm gonna do it myself because I can't. Nope. Hit the road, Chimani. Hit the road. Be in these streets. Be in these streets. All right, let's see. Winspiration for all. Left the ICU yesterday. Nothing's more important. Hit that peace of mind. Get it. Listen, Rosanna out here preaching. Telling Chimani, if you have good business skills, maybe also be able to coach new stylists. Yes, you can do that remotely. Get on it. Get on it. Money loves me. I have decided that money loves me and it's going to come to me, whatever I do. Money loves me. Come through. It's all around. It's waiting. It's waiting for you to like open your wallet. You just got to open your wallet and the money's going to come floating inside. And believe it is there. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. Listen. Listen, listen. Now, something happened at my old job while I was there. And slightly not my fault, but also involving me, where my old boss created a we now rehiring no old people rule. So that would never work for me. He was like, once you work here once, you done. Because somebody came back and she was a monster. A monster. A monster. So that's not gonna work for all of us. But yeah, some of y'all come back to the same job. Done and done. Okay, let's see. Freedom? Would you trade freedom for a little bit of money? All right, Camille. All right now. Let's see. So, attorneys in here in the room will understand this. I spent, and I didn't realize it until after I left working, that as an attorney, I spent every day like analyzing the worst case scenario. And when people were like, that'll never happen, I had to show them, like, no, if you flip this switch over there and it rains on a Tuesday night, this can happen. And so, like, I worst case scenario every day of my life. And it spread from outside, from like inside the job to outside in the real world. Like my life, I was always like, what's the worst? Like, without thinking about it, because I was paid to not just think about like, what's the worst case scenario if this goes according to plan. It's truly, what's the worst case scenario if y'all fuck up the plan because you're humans and you never do anything right to begin with? Like, you're not. What's the worst case scenario if you forget that on Monday, every Monday, you have to run this report? You got to run the TPS report, right? Like, if you forget that you have to run this report every Monday, what happens? I have to look at every, and I got to, like, literally in my life, I realized after a while that I was doing that. Like, everything was like, how is this going to go wrong? How is this going to go wrong? And it was really depressing. It was really, really depressing. And so if your job does not, I don't want to say your job brings you joy, but if your job is about like tragedies and pain, or if your job does not the work itself light you up, but like if you're not in like a light environment where like there's happiness, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Why? Let's get you another job. Let's get you working for yourself. Let's get you retired. Let's do something. Take a break. This ain't it. It's at Lisa, I understand. I would always have to be like, yes, if everything goes according to plan, no problem. But if it doesn't, now you've ripped off like 16,000 people. Is that what we're doing today? If you do one thing wrong, like, so it was depressing. It wasn't catastrophic cases, but it was always like, I have to be the one to tell you why this is a terrible idea. They used to call me the dream killer. Hi. They would come and be like, I have this great idea. And I'm like, you're not responsible enough to do this. You are not grown enough to play with that scissors. You're just not, right? Like I'd have to be the one to be like, I see why you think this is good, but also why can't you see that your systems aren't capable of doing this correctly? You never say yes to us. You always tell us no. My job is to tell you no. My job is to tell you yes if it's a good idea, but y'all got some terrible ideas. So that part of it was kind of depressing. All right. I saw one I wanted to cover. We're talking about our fears. Someone, I cannot find it, said something about being in the sandwich where your kids have graduated, I think graduated. I'm gonna mess this up. But your parents need help. Let's see. Yes. Kids in college, aging parents who depend on you. Let's crowdsource this because I don't believe in children, so I can't help you with the kids in college. I'm gonna tell you, if they're in college, they can take care of themselves. Probably because I took care of myself in college, right? Like I'm like, oh, they're 16, just leave them behind. So you don't want to talk to me about kid stuff. Aging parents, I know. When I went on my sabbatical, I went to say goodbye to my dad, and he looked at me and he was like, this might be the last time we see each other. And I was like, I know, but I'm also not staying, right? Like we don't even live in the same city. So even if I was going to stay, I wouldn't see you regularly. And he wasn't asking me not to go. He was just being realistic. And it was the last time I saw him. When I say goodbye to him was the last time I saw him, and he passed away while I was gone. He did not depend on me the way he should have been depending on somebody, because stubborn. But if you have parents who depend on you, I understand that's hard. And maybe that means you have to put things off, or maybe it means you need to find another responsible person. If you've been the person that they've been depending on for a while, are there other people who can pick up the slack, right? So a lot of us end up being like responsible and letting that responsibility hold us back when we don't have to be the one responsible. We think the other people aren't going to step up, and maybe they will if you give them the opportunity. If you step back, maybe they will step up. If you say, I'm going to another country, so mommy and daddy ain't gonna eat unless you send groceries, like just get on the phone and send them groceries, or because I won't be here, I'm not bringing them groceries anymore, whatever depending on you means, right? Like maybe there's someone who can step up, or maybe there are things you can put in place for the way that they depend on you, for them to be less dependent. A lot of times, I don't know if this is true for you, DeQuendre, tell me how I did. I don't know if this is true for you, but for a lot of us, we feel like we cannot leave our aging parents. I hear this a lot, but we are already a flight away, right? Like you already would have to book a flight to get there. So booking a flight from somewhere else might not be that much worse, especially because flights are so expensive in America that sometimes coming from abroad doesn't cost that much. It's not that much of a price difference, because who can tell me why American flights are priced the way they are? That makes sense. All right. It's hard. So let's crowdsource this. Any suggestions in the comments? Okay, Halisi says, I'm trying to find a situation for professional help, Ring cameras and FaceTime, 24 hours professional help. Help is all digital. Okay, that's smart. If you're the only one taking care of parents, one will have to delay self-gratification. Yes, I would say see what you can do to get someone else to help. Like Khaleesi said, are there digital options? Are there things you can do? Are there things that you can take a month off, right? So instead of taking 6 months off now, can you set up a system where you can have some help for them for a month? And you take a month off. Because as a caretaker, like if you got kids, you probably got a job, you got elderly people, you're tired, sis. I'm tired just saying all that stuff. You're tired. How can you get a break, right? As a caretaker, we don't always get breaks, and you need one. You deserve one. So how can you get creative and create one for yourself? Okay, Camille. That's an option. I'm not taking my mama nowhere with me. She keeps showing up. I got I got residency in Mexico. I told her I was getting residency in Mexico. She was like, I want to do it too. Go, don't you have a house? Why are you here? So yes, you can take them with you for Social Security. You just get it in a U.S. bank account, transfer it, take it out, whatever you need to do. But some of us don't want our parents with us. But if you are taking care of them, that is an option. That's actually a good option. DeQuandre, I understand. DeQuendre. I think I'm messing that up. DeQuindra. I see you, sis. DeQuindra. I love it. Yes. Yeah. You got to figure it out. Let's see. Self-preservation. We're like, if you're already worn out, some of us are trying to take on more responsibilities. This pandemic has our brains all messed up. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Ooh. Emma Mullen, I think. There are caregivers, government programs that will help with that. I used to be a field nurse, case manager. That's what I do professionally. Folks on other resources out there. It's really, if you don't know something exists, it can be really hard to find it, right? Like when my dad was getting old and when his wife, who was his caretaker, could not accept that she was getting dementia, it was struggle city. Cause like y'all, we hired help and she fired help. And it was like, baby, you burning down the house. Like you're doing things because you forget that there's a pot on the stove. This pot has been on the stove for 3 hours and there's no water and the house is full of smoke. But like, how do we get you in a fired everybody? We tried to get help. But also it's like, how do you, like, what do you do? How do you take care of people who can be stubborn? But also you can't kill yourself trying to do that. You can't. Like, I understand the need to take care of people, but you got to put on your oxygen mask first. And so if you are like at the end of your rope, what can you do to build in a break, even if it's not a very long-term break? How can you get help, right? How can you get help? All right, I saw we're celebrating someone. Let me see. I lost it. Seeking my crafty tribe. 5,000 saved. All right, Seeking my crafty tribe. Tell us how long you're going and where you're going. Are you moving? Are you taking a break? What are you doing? Tell us. We're nosy. That's why we get together like this. All right, let's see what I missed. I mean, we are squad in here. Squad. You ain't leave them behind. They don't do nothing. Just get on your nerves anyway. They just get on your nerves anyway. I have another client in From Burnout to Bliss who was ready to go, retired, good to go. And her son, who had one more year of high school, was like, "You can go if you want to, but I'm gonna stay here with grandma." And she was like, "So I can't go." That boy created a plan for you, right? I was like, "Sis, I hope you're watching, honey." Because I talk about this a lot. She knows I'm gonna talk about her with this one. That man said, "You can go if you want to, and you want to go." And now you letting him hold you back because you don't want him staying. You don't want him staying with grandma, but you feel like you can't go if he won't go with you. That's a 17-year-old child. He said, "You can go if you want to. I'm gonna stay with grandma." Why aren't you in these streets? Why? He has a plan. But y'all love your kids or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Um, yes. Okay. So I do want to talk about working when traveling. Um, Sometimes we say we're taking a break, but what we're really doing is changing our workspace. If you have a job that you don't love now, will doing it from the beach make it better? And when I say doing it from the beach, I really mean doing it from an Airbnb within walking distance to the beach, because the beach has terrible Wi-Fi reception at that beach club. And you never get anything done because you're trying to drink mojitos and put your feet in the sand, and now they're standing your computer and it's a mess. So will doing the work from a different kitchen table from your one at home really make a difference if you already hate the job? Right? So, like, sometimes taking your job on the road isn't the answer. Maybe the answer is getting a different job where you work less, where you have less responsibilities, where you may not be making the same amount of money, but you can do less work and still support yourself on the road. Just a little note of caution that if you're unhappy with something, changing the location where you have to do that thing may not bring you the happiness you think it does. Then people still gonna be terrible. And they're gonna be extra terrible. If they know you're traveling while working, your coworkers will be extra terrible to you if they're still stuck at home. If they're still listening to their kids, they'll be extra terrible. Extra terrible. No one is like, "Oh my God, I love you're working for the Dominican Republic. I'm so happy for you." They're not. They're not. So yeah, get a job where you start remote, where that's not even a question. Where you are isn't even a question. If you started sitting in a cubicle next to somebody, they want you latched to them for life. They're looking for a reason to be like, "She didn't come to this meeting." That's why we can't have these remote workers in different countries. Really, you didn't come to the meeting because you already told somebody that you didn't need to be there, something, something. They don't know that, and now they're trying to snitch on you. I don't. The drama in this made up scenario. But I'm telling you, because y'all already know your coworkers will be haters. I say this as someone who traveled for work a lot. Quite a bit at my last job. I did some traveling for work. And anytime I was somewhere else, like I'm at a job, an offsite for work, meeting with other people in different department. And y'all are mad at me that I'm at the beach. The the offsite is at the beach. Where was I supposed to, like, I'm inside a building, but you can see the background, you can see the waves in the background. Why y'all mad at me talking that real like cute, oh, must be nice. I didn't choose this destination. The offset, my team chose this. Y'all got to leave me alone. Anyway, if you don't like your job, don't take it with you. Come up with something else. Oh, do we have a troll? Oh God. Oh, I hope somebody in here blocked them already. I got muscle for that. Let's see. Cha 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 cha. Ooh, okay. So timing, let's talk about timing. D, I'm trying to decide, just turned 50. Do I take a break for a year after my bonus next year? Always wait for the bonus. Or wait until after my work sabbatical in early 2024 and then fully retire with bank to never work again. Okay, so D, I'm gonna always tell you to go now, right? Like if there's a bucket of cash waiting for you, wait until you can grab that bucket of cash and then go. But it also depends on if you have to work again after your sabbatical, then maybe not. I would say my question is, can you make it to 2024 without losing it on people, without detriment to your mental health? If you can make it to early 2024 without like severe without trying to kill anybody. Like if you can make it that far and be like, yeah, it's just a job, I'm fine. I have a deadline. I know when I'm leaving. I'm good. If you're there, why not? But if you're like, if somebody speaks to me again, I'm cussing everybody out. If that's where you are, maybe take a break now. You know, only you can, when you're deciding on time, that's one of the biggest things I say, like, can you make it to the second deadline? And a lot of times the answer is no. A lot of times you're planning to go now because you can't make it to the second date. And if you can't make it to the second date, if you need a break now, take the break now. Take the break now. Let's see. Adelia be knowing some things. She does. She hasn't responded to any of my texts today, but she knows some things. It's fine. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, I see. I do got to block somebody else. I see who we're talking about. Camila's here with the points. We might have to let this man stay, y'all. He's making good points. He's making very valid points. I blocked the troll. Yeah, no, if your job is a 2, changing destinations is not going to help. It's not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. All right. Yeah. If you're not sure you can make it, I think that's what JDM is saying. If you're not sure if you can make it to JDM's original question, I got to scroll back. I can't tell if you're responding to the last point or your original point. So yeah, tell me what that question is JDM. Not sure if you can make it personally. I think our original question was about salaries. I think that was you. So if you can't make it to the next like good break period, go now. Go with the next good break period if you can't make it to like the ultimate one. D said, baby, I got a plan. I have a plan. I'll split the difference. I love this. Yes. Okay. So D, for you, I would say try to make it to 2024 and you have a plan. You have the money. I can sense it. You have the money. I feel you. You have a plan. You have the money. Split the difference. Whenever you need to go, go. I love this for you. I love it. Look at Joan trying to negotiate with the terrorist and talk to that troll nicely. I appreciate you, Joan. Okay, no, 2025 is too far off. If you're thinking about a break now, it's usually because you need a break. And so planning one for 3 years off might don't make it. Might don't make it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Eve's never working again. Mm-mm. 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 All right. You get in the early quit your job dance because I believe in you, because I believe it's going to happen. Okay, a nurse in the kitchen. If you are a nurse, I know that is not always very, it's not always very transparent to take that on the road. But if you're also a chef, I see you in your coat. If you're also a chef, people take that on the road all the time. There's so many people, not in Mexico City, but like in Merida and in Playa and Tulum, there's so many Black people out there making plates and doing meals every Sunday and getting paid and charging numbers where I'm like, what's happening? But make your bread. Make your bread. Do that. If you can cook, you can get paid out there. Mm, yes. Let's see. Asia's here. I don't know what Asia has to say because Asia tried to have me in the streets the other night, and I'm still not talking to Asia. Streets at night. Asia tried to have me in the streets at night. She's in Mexico City now. If you're not following her, follow her for some great Mexico City content. Pero night. She tried to get me to go to a club. First of all, a club that opened at 11 p.m. We met up, hold on, at 10. She was like, meet me at 10. 10. On my phone, there is an alarm that goes off every day at 8:14 to be like, hey, boo, it's time for you to wrap it up if you want to be asleep by 9. What I look like meeting somebody in the streets at 10, but I did. And I made it for a solid 30 minutes before, unfortunately, I had to go because my Uber was outside. I had to. I'll be out here. Oh, but actually, that's a good point. That's a good point. Let's talk about this. A lot of times people are scared to take a solo career break, take a solo trip to move abroad because they think they won't have friends. Asia and I met online, and then we met in person, and then she tried to have me out at night. We're homies now. I met her at 10 p.m. We go together now. 10. I stayed out until 10 p.m. I was at dinner. And I stayed out till 10 p.m. to see her. There are always ways to make friends. And sometimes it's in Facebook groups, and sometimes letting people know what you're doing. Or when I was traveling on my career break, I would get in some of the larger Facebook groups and say, like, hey, is anybody in this city? Before it was a few years ago. So it was before there was like a Facebook group for Black people in every city. I would be like, hey, is anybody in the city? And so many times I met people and we're friends now. It's honestly, like, it is, as an adult, it is easier to make friends in a new city than the city you've been in for a while because you're amongst other people who also want to make friends. Asia left the disgusting heat in Merida. Some of y'all love that city. I know it sounds crazy to me. I've never been, so ignore what I say about it. But she left the heat in Merida. She came to the beautiful, gorgeous Mexico City. She needs friends. She needs friends who will go out with her at night, and that's not me, but she needs friends. I love making new friends, and now we're friends. Making friends is easier when you're traveling than it is when you're at home. So if you feel like I'm an adult, it's really hard to make friends. It is so much easier when everybody who looks like you in the city is new here. If I see a Black woman on the street in Mexico City, I'm like, hey girl, hey, because like you're here, I'm here, let's talk. And if you don't want to talk to me, if you walk past, like you don't see me doing this, if you don't see this, that's fine. I'm not going to take it personally. But I've tried because maybe you want a new friend. I'm here. Yes. All right. Wait. A nurse in the kitchen. The State Department does hire nurses, but that's a real job. We don't like real jobs. That's a real, like, the State Department's not going to be like, okay, girl, you want to take 3 weeks off to go to the beach and work on your tan? Go for it. Or like, oh no, you can't show up until noon because Asia had you out in the streets last night. That's a real job. Mm-mm. You don't want that. You don't want that. Now this, I can get with this. Hold up. We got a comment we need to address. $5 plane ticket with those frequent flyer miles. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yes. Okay, I want to know more about you connecting with kids through dance. So are you a dance teacher to children? Tell us more, Le Jordan International. Tell us more about what that means. Okay. Elle Davis started a financial literacy business as her travel business. I don't want to work full-time for anyone but myself. After I leave, I'll do contract work for additional cash. Yes, there's a way. Get you on Upwork and get something that is not terrible. And figure it out. All right. Thank you, Lucia Diane, for the super sticker. All right, let's talk about our fears. Yeah, Eve, that club opened at 11. You know, by 11, I've had 3 dreams. I probably already woke up to go to the bathroom. Like 11? And she's gonna be mad my WhatsApp. Yes. My overall background is tour manager and dancers for singers. Still scary, but I'm determined. I love it. I need a tour manager and a dancer and a singer because I don't do none of that stuff. But like, yes, I love this. Quantum leaping thoughts. If we're at dinner, if I'm with you and it's late, on the way, it was fun. Love y'all. But my bed, she called and said, come home, baby. So, you know. All right. All right. Y'all out here making stuff happen. Stuff is happening, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. Hit the road together. All right. Okay. How long is a sabbatical, and do most professional jobs allow them? It's going to depend on your job, right? I always tell people, read your employee manual. Read your employee manual. Don't ask HR if you're allowed to get a sabbatical. HR either doesn't know or is not going to tell you directly, right? Unless you're at a workplace that is actively encouraging you to take time off, HR not going to give it to you straight. Not when there's a worker shortage. No. Read your employee manual, see what it says. A lot of my friend worked at a large American bank. Flip those words around. And after 10 years, I think she got somewhere between 1 and 3 months off. I don't remember. It may have been a month. It may have been a month after working there 10 years. So I'm not saying rely on a sabbatical. I'm saying quit that job. Take the break you need and then come back and get a different job, or never come back, or go back and work for yourself, or lay on a beach or in the mountains for the rest of your life. But like, unless you actually love your job, if your job is a 10 out of 10 and they offer a sabbatical program, then yes, go through them. If it's an 8 or below, quit that job. Quit that job. Especially if they don't offer programs, so there's no way to get out. Hopefully you'll be like Stephanie and they'll rehire you if it's an 8. But if it's like a 3, you don't even want to be there. You don't even want to be there. Don't be there no more. Mm-mm. Okay. People who have taken career breaks, or people who've traveled long term, or people who have moved abroad, raise your hand if you feel this. When I got back to Florida last time, I was like, why is everybody so angry? What's happening? We're not just chilling? We're not just going through the day, minding our own business and chill. Why is there so much tension? Why is America so toxic? Yes, raise your hand in the comments if you, when you travel abroad, you feel at peace and calm, and then you get back to America and you're like, why? What's happening? What's going on? That's exactly how I feel when I leave Mexico City. Exactly how I feel. Sis has skills that she can use around the world. All of you have skills you can use around the world. All of you. You might not believe it yet, but you got to get like LeJordan, I hope I'm saying that correctly, and Angela, and believe in your skills. You have skills. Believe in your skills. You can take them anywhere. I've already, Chanuma, come do my hair. Please. Please. Come down, y'all. All right. Someone named Vincent Jones is commenting, but I can't tell if that's like, I have a Vince Jones. I don't know if that's my same Vince Jones or a different Vince Jones. Is this you, my Vince Jones? Who I haven't talked to in years, so I probably can't call you my Vince Jones, but, or are you a stranger with the same common name? I don't know. Girl, you know you're not going back to that office. You're not going back to that office. Don't go back to that office. There's no reason. Okay. Hubby. Hubby's going to be fine. You know Michelle from San Miguel, don't you, Halisi? From Afro Expats? I feel like we've had this conversation. I don't know why. I think Michelle spoke a lot more Spanish than her husband. That's my memory of her situation. And he's fine. He loves it. You might get frustrated, but you have to do all the work, right? But you'll be all right. He'll be all right. He'll be okay, right? Listen, if you can live with that man in an English-speaking country, you can live with him in a Spanish-speaking country, right? Like, he's gonna be the same person. If he is easily frustrated in America, he'll be easily frustrated in Mexico. If you can put up with him in America, you can put up with him in Mexico. He'll be all right. Y'all be good. And now he gets to learn Spanish, right? He doesn't have to know it when he comes here, but he gets to learn Spanish. Quit that job. Quit that job. Quit that job. They're underpaying you. They're underappreciating you. Why are you here? Why are you here? Adelia's coming through with like the actual good advice. Yes. The first time I went to Thailand, it was before like Google Translate could take photos, like take images of what was written and do that. I posted a sign. Well, never mind. It's terrible. But like, it's just characters that I've never seen before in my life. And I need to make a left at the string of characters I don't know. And I have to figure out if this string of characters matches the sign exactly. And if there is no sign, how do I ask someone if I'm where Google Maps thinks like, do I make a left here or is it half a block up? Because Google Maps isn't giving me the exact location. And I can't say this word. It's not in English. Not expecting it to be, but it makes travel harder. But when, if you can say the words, if you can like, if it's using characters you understand, a lot easier. A lot easier. All right. Mm-mm-mm-mm. This is it. When people ask me if I'm going back to America, I'm like, I can't think of a single place in America I want to pay to live. I got to pay to live, and y'all are my neighbors? I might have to actually get a real job to afford to. No. Hi, stranger, Vince Jones. Let's see. Perfectly fine. America's like, hey, can we kill you? If not, can we take all your money? Like, that's really all it is. Like, can we create enough stress that like you are on the verge of dying? And if not, can you work harder and can we take more of your money? Someone, a friend of mine asked on Twitter the other day why the price for Amazon Prime was going up. And I was like, first of all, mega yachts, right? Like, they don't come cheap. And oh boy doesn't have them all yet, right? There are some out there he doesn't own. They need more of your money because you still have the money in your pocket, right? Like, as long as you have money in your pocket that is not in these corporations' bank accounts and their owners' private assets, like if your money still belongs to you and not one of the billionaires, they're gonna find a way to get the money. Raising the price of Amazon Prime without giving you anything else, right? Why? Jeffy Jeff don't need money. He does not need money. Amazon does not need money. But you have money in your pocket that they don't have yet. So what do? Thank you. They go take your money. What are you gonna do? I think Angela's my new bestie. He gonna learn. He gonna come to this country and learn the Spanish, or he's not. He's gonna learn. He'll be fine. The minute you stop translating everything for him, he'll start learning. Let's see. I see it all the time. Black women, we are working ourselves to death. For what? Working 3 and 4 times as hard for half the pay. Ew. Big ew. Let's see. You don't know. Like, okay. Super TMI, but we're gonna do it anyway. When I uh when I before I went on my career break, I used to get these like pains in my side that were like terrible, terrible pains in my side. And I'd go to my doctor, couldn't find anything, couldn't find anything. Um, and eventually one day he was like, "Are you pooping?" And I was like, "Yeah, everybody poops." Like, what? And he was like, "I don't think you're pooping enough." And I was like, "What kind of shit is this?" He's a great doctor. He's still a friend. I was like, I'm fine. I'm fine. I wasn't pooping. I was totally backed up. Totally. So much so that like I had a recurring pain because of all the junk inside. I'm trying not to swear on here, but I swear like it's a challenge, y'all. So anyway, when I took my career break, I spent some time leaving the Bay Area, made my way up north to Florida, went to Portland, hung out for a little while, went to Canada. I was at my bestie's house in Canada. And the only thing I can do, only thing I really do in Canada at her house is like harass her kids, talk smack to her husband, eat some food, don't do any work, get catered to. Right. And eventually, after like 3 days of being there, so I'd been on my break for like, I'd stopped working. This is maybe like week 3 of not working. I was pooping every morning. And I was like, wait, I don't remember a time in like the past 5 years or more, maybe 10 years where I pooping. Like, this is what y'all do when you're not stressed? Wait a minute. If I'm not like fully bound up by stress, I'm supposed to poop every morning? Like, I'm not supposed to go days, just days without pooping? Every morning? So every morning I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh, I should go poop. Like, I feel things moving. It's time to go poop. And it literally didn't, even when my doctor was like, like, that is backed up poop. You are not pooping enough. I was still like, yeah. But like, it happens when it happens. Like, how do I control? Like, I was so stressed that my body was holding on to like all the tension and I was not relaxed enough to poop. I quit that job. Within 3 weeks, I was pooping every morning. So that is my TMI story. Stress is in your body in ways you don't even realize it until you take a break. Until you give yourself some time off, you don't know what it could be. Something else for you, right? Like Colette, I don't know if she's still here, but she was manifesting physical issues. She quit her job. I think her blood pressure, maybe her heart, maybe blood pressure. She quit her job and it was like 3 days later, it was gone. It was gone. It took 3 weeks for my body to be like, oh, you don't work for them people no more. There's nothing to stress about. You are safe. You are in a safe space. I get up and poop and be like, this is what normal is like, huh? Okay. I had forgotten that your body has a regular waste system. And so when it wouldn't happen for days, I wouldn't even think about it because that's just how life was. Okay, so I know that was a very, very off target combo, but I poop regularly now. Thanks, friends, because I'm not stressed. All right. People say multiple streams of income, and I'm like, multiple streams of stress. Like, if I have multiple streams of income, they are not stressful to me. The first time one of them gets stressful, I'm gonna be like, let me reevaluate this. If it's not easy, I don't want it. If the money is not easy, Sheeta don't want it. I do not want it. I like easy money. Send me the easy money. I don't want to work hard for the money. For why? For why? I don't want it. Easy money me, please. Easy money. All right. Colette said she had migraines and blood pressure. All gone now. All gone. She quit her job. And her doctor was like, what have you changed? Because these numbers are different. Like, I quit. Like, literally. The bad numbers are now good numbers, and the only difference is the job. We having all kinds of poop conversations in the chat. I like it. I like it that we're feeling comfortable. Yes. No. Also, like, what is successful? Taking a career break means you may have to redefine what success means to you. For me, it meant I may never be general counsel of the financial arm of a car company. But guess what? I'm a mouthy Black woman. I was probably never going to be general counsel anyway, right? Like, would I ever have been promoted to a top role, like the top role in any of the companies I worked for? Probably not. And that's fine, right? Like, that would have been like the ultimate success for me. But even before I left that job, I knew that wasn't going to happen, right? There'll always be a white man. Always. Yeah, no. Redefine what success means for you, and your life will get better. If you redefine what success means for you and you take it out of the parameters that were given and you define it for yourself, your life will get better. Whatever's wrong, the earth will heal itself, right? It will heal itself when you redefine what success means for you. I'm glad we could be of some service today. My poop story could help you in some way. Yes. Move up the timeline, baby. Move up the timeline. There's no end. There's literally no end. You just go and go and go and go and go. For why? And what's the end result? What's the end result? More going. I know. Okay. So I had notes. I haven't looked at them once. We've been talking. We've had a good conversation, but let me check my notes and see if there's anything we didn't talk about. Okay. So my notes were, we're going to talk about getting another job, which we talked about that. You don't want another job anyway. Let's be real. Traveling solo. If you can eat out solo, you can travel solo. And if you can't, if you're scared to eat out solo, just try it. Bring a book, bring your phone, something. Bring a hat so no one can see you and know it's you. Whatever it takes to get over that hump, eat out solo. If you can eat out solo, you can travel solo. If you can't eat out solo, just give it a try. Just give it a try. You'll be good. All right. Let me see what I'm missing in the comments. Someone at my old job said, you're very good at saying no to things you don't want to do. As he was trying to get me to do his work for him because he didn't want to do it. Yes. Yes. It's your work assigned to you. You know I can do it if I do this other thing over here, but it's not my responsibility. It's your responsibility, and you can do it. You just don't want to do the work. So yes, say hi to my boundaries. I'm very good at saying no to doing your work for you. Hi. Thanks. Let's see. Okay. Asia Marie. I'm currently a CNA making $13.50 an hour with $17,000 in debt. It seems like a long, stressful journey just to be able to quit and travel for a year. All right. We're going to crowdsource this one too. Give us your suggestions for Asia Marie in the comments. What are your suggestions for Asia Marie? Now, first thing I would say is, do you enjoy being a CNA? Do you want to continue being a CNA? Or is there a skill that you have that you might be able to monetize? Do you? Right? I would also say that you're probably not going to, depending on if there's like a digital role for you or an online role, web-based role, you may not be able to be a CNA when you're traveling. So if you need money while you're like, if you need an income while you're traveling, is there a different kind of job you can transition to that will allow you to make money while you're traveling? Let's see what y'all got for Asia Marie in the comments. She did travel CNA. She's burnt out. Summer says start a YouTube channel or another side hustle. Let's see. Ooh, okay. So Kemi says my daughter did travel CNA, went from making $14 an hour to 30 hours. If you're single, that's a great option. And Asia says she did it and she's burnt out. Okay. Okay, so I hate suggesting, the reason I said transition is because I hate suggesting side hustle. I see the side hustle comments in the comments. I see them, but I think that if you're already burnt out, adding a side hustle isn't going to make you less burnt out. If you're already stressed, if you're already tired, adding additional work may not be the answer, but is there something you can transition to? Let's see. Legal and general transcription. It's an option. I think Eva's saying online market research or surveys to get extra cash to travel. L. Davis says virtual assistant or remote data entry. What are the things that you can do that will pay you more money? I guess I would also ask, Asia, I don't want to push back too hard on this because I respect that you said you're burnt out, but is the burnout you got while being a travel CNA making a lot more than $13 an hour, I'm guessing? How does it compare to the burnout you're feeling when you're a CNA at home? Like, is the difference in money great enough that you can stand being, is the difference in money great enough and the difference in burnout similar enough that you can stand being burned out for a little bit longer to get some more money stashed? If not, totally respect it, right? Like, I get it, but I just don't know because I don't know. All right. Halisi says the CNAs that come into my home make $25 an hour and up. Okay, Halisi, I would ask, are they making $25 an hour, or are you paying the agency $25 an hour? Right. And agent, maybe that's something for you too. Is there like a CNA? Can you create like a CNA agency, or can you go out on your own? Like, I don't know how you're being paid. If you're being paid, like if you're working in a hospital or through an agency, are there other things where you can even take being a CNA and get more money, get more of the money in your own pocket? Okay. So Halisi said they're making $25 an hour for going to the home in Colorado. Yes. All right. Ceci says, what about getting a certification? Lost the words again. And something else. I'm doing the Google Data Analyst program on my own terms so I can move on in the future. Sonia has the question, what do you like to do? Okay, I'll also ask this question. Asia, what do people ask you for help with for free? Like, what do your friends and family come to you and ask you for help with? What's the thing? Tell us the thing. All right. Asia says she only did travel nursing one time. She didn't have a purpose. She has a purpose now, saving the money. Like I said, don't sign up for something that is going to have you not pooping because you're too stressed, right? Just for the money, right? Like, what are the easier ways money can come to you? Where are the sugar daddies? Where are the sponsors? Where are they? I cannot direct you to where they are because I don't know. But where are they? Why is work so hard? Doesn't Jeff have enough money for a harem? And isn't he too busy to even talk to them? Like, ideal. So much money that you can hire like hundreds of us, but too busy to even talk to us. Please and thank you. Janet says she's a travel nurse in the same situation. Let's see. Oh, Colette, I don't know what this means, but I hope I hope Asia and Janet know what this means too. Traveling respite care for other CNAs, charge more and work when she wants. Out. I can't read the code there. I don't know what traveling respite care means, but okay. CVS Health hires for medical related remote jobs. Mm-hmm. Most nurses and CNAs are experiencing burnout due to COVID, poor management, abuse from patients and family. They are leaving in droves, even those who make good money. Asia's situation is tough. Yes. Asia, what else can we do? Janet, I love me some double or triple pay. It's life changing, right? Could you work for 6 months, sabbatical for 6 months? Could you stretch the money like that? Right? That's not escaping completely, but working for 6 months and taking 6 months off, doesn't it sound nice? Doesn't it sound like the 6 months of working might not feel so terrible if you got 6 months off? Like, if you knew at the end of the 6 months, you got another 6 months off, that working would probably feel better. I love this for you. Twin mommy Denise, Jane, she'll take every third Tuesday with Jeff. Nah, baby, I got to take like once every 2, I said at least 100 women. So like once every 2 years, we get on the phone and I tell you how awesome you are. That's all you're getting from me, Jeff. But if you could send me some stacks for that, I'd appreciate it. That's it. Let's see. Yes, calling all sponsors. Where are you at? Yes. Okay, so someone mentioned Libria. So I'm going to Libria Jones. I can spell her name. I just can't type right now. Jones remote work bundle. Has helped a bunch of people find remote jobs. Oh, wait, I am not looking for a remote job, so I don't know anything about it. But people say it successfully helps them. I've heard it many times. And so I would say check it out. But like I said, I'm not looking for remote jobs. I don't know. It's not my ministry. But covered by God, thank you for letting us know, reminding us. You're planning on taking the summit this April. Yes, I really don't have any skills that family friends asking. I'm really a boring person with no hobbies. I doubt that. Why? Okay, so a lot of times we down talk ourselves, right? Like it might not come to you right now, but tonight it might come to you. There's something. We all have talents. Someone is always trying to get free work out of us, right? It'll come to you. Next week, someone's going to ask you something like, can you watch the kids or can you do my makeup, or can you help me go shopping because I can't pick out clothes? Something. Someone's going to ask you for something, and you're going to be like, this might be it. Rashida said, watch out for what people were asking me for. The free thing they ask you for is something you can turn into a paid thing. Every time. All right. What are we talking about, y'all? I feel like we may have covered it in 90 minutes today. This was a good talk. My family asked me to help with their math homework. Baby, you a math tutor. You are a math tutor. You're an unpaid math tutor. You're an unpaid math tutor. But could you be a math tutor and have an easier life than you're having as a CNA? Possible? I don't know. I don't know. But yes, also, I know we love our families. Yay, we want to do everything for them. But maybe even with them, you're no longer an unpaid math tutor. Maybe you tell them you're trying it out as like a paid gig, and so maybe you'll give them a discount, but they got to pay something. And some of y'all out here doing stuff for free. Free. Math tutor. And I know it's your family and you don't want their kids to be dumb or whatever, but like, they got to pay something. You got to pay something. I'm going to tell y'all, I was doing the no spend challenge in January, and my mom was like, oh, I'm coming to see you. And I was like, great, but you have to pay. Like, if you're going to be like family, this woman raised me. I kind of love her. It's fine. But if I'm not trying to spend any more money and you're coming into my home and you expect to eat, that's groceries. So if you want to be in my house, and it was like 4 or 5 days, I was like, when you come through the door, have cash in hand. Clear boundaries. I told my mama, you can come stay if you want to, but you have to give me cash because my expenses are not going up because you showed up. Cash. From my mama. Ooh. Colette says, sell your math notes legally. All right, Janet, are you saying you're getting paid because it's university pre-calculus? That's what I'm trying to figure out. All right, Janet, are you getting paid or are you doing this for free? No, I don't play. I had a note. I was trying to spend as little as possible in January. And here she comes trying to lay off on my couch, breathe my oxygen. Please with the money. Please and thank you. Thank you. Hi, friends. I really mean it. My financial situation is not going to be impacted because you want to run the streets all around Mexico going here. She was like in 4 cities in 3 weeks or something. I don't know. Probably more than that. She was for the streets. Mama was for the streets. So before she came, she needed to take a COVID test. Listen, before you get on that plane and try to fly to me, you need to take a COVID test. If you are positive, I'm going to send you some soup to wherever your Airbnb is, but you're not coming into my place. And when you show up, you need to have cash in hand. Thank you. Boundaries. All right. Listen. Okay, so Janet is helping her older cousin with her prerequisites for nursing school for free. Janet, you now have a math tutoring business. Set you up a calendar where people have to book. Tell your older cousin you will continue helping her for a discount if she refers her other nursing school folks, prereq people to you. You'll help her friends too. Who else you know also studying for nursing school? You will help. You'll give her a discount if she sends people to you. But otherwise, sis got to pay, cousin got to pay something. You got to, it's the principalities. You got to pay something. You got to pay something. You're not going to take up all my time. Like, I want you to go to nursing school. I want you to be great. Yay, yay. Principalities. Money. In my apartment, I own the oxygen. I own the view. She'd be looking like, oh, look at the view out my window. Baby, what window? You ain't got no window. You don't live here. You don't pay rent. So come through with cash in hand. You want to breathe my oxygen? Yes, in my apartment, I own the oxygen. Listen, a premium. Janet is leaving money on the table. Money on the table. Okay, wait. I'm going to get this wrong. But let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find a link I want to give you guys. 9 times out of 10. Oh, here it is. It is right. Okay, so Stephanie and I run our Get Your Next 3 Clients challenge, and it's exactly for women like Janet. We don't know when we're running it again, so it might be too late for you, Janet. But what we do is we talk about the skills that you have. Oh, wait, that did not do what it was supposed to do. The skills that you have, and how you can monetize them, and how you can get clients. So some of you in the chat have been through the challenge. It's not open for enrollment right now, but it is open to get on the wait list. So if enough of the free, fill in the blank with your name is something you needed to hear today, sign up and get on the wait list for the Get Your Next 3 Clients challenge, because enough of the free. Janet, enough of the free. Everybody, all of you, enough of the free. Because that's the thing, like, we want to help people. We're doing all these things, but we're stressed and we're tired and our money ain't growing. Open your wallet, Janet, and let that money flow in. Open it up. The money wants to come to you, but you're blocking it with this free work. $100 an hour as a math tutor? Okay. Yes, Get Your Next 3 Clients challenge. It's what we do. We did it last week. And we love it because we have so many friends coming out of there like, yes, I know exactly. My business is better defined. My clients are better defined. I know where to find the clients. I know how to get them to come to me. And so because we want you to prosper, we do this challenge. We do it a couple times a year. We'll possibly in the summer, we might do it again. But yeah, Asia says she needs a community right now. Asia, I hope you are in Exodus Summit in the Facebook group. If you're a Black woman, I kind of assumed you are. .com/community. I should give you guys a better link than that. That is how to find our Facebook group, and we've got a beautiful community in there. There's a troll. There's a troll in the comments. There's a troll in the comments talking about maybe June. Stephanie and I run a business together. And one of the best things about it is that either one of us, like, we just be making decisions. Like, we not really like making decisions, but being like, this sounds great, let's do that. And the other one is like, Okay. Right. So we've never talked about another date yet. But apparently maybe June. Okay. That's why we work. Brilliant. I'm brilliant. I'm claiming brilliance because Halisi said so. Stephanie brilliant too, or whatever, in Curacao, laying on the beach. Brilliant. As a serial entrepreneur, it was excellent. Brilliant. Yeah, because we want you to win. We want you to have these clients. So maybe in June we'll do it again. What is February? Yeah, maybe June. Yeah. Y'all got this. Get paid for the things you're doing for free. And everyone is doing something for free. Everyone is doing something for free. Probably except me. Everyone except for me and Stephanie, because we don't believe in free stuff. We don't. So, funny story. I reached the tangent stage of this video, so who knows what's going to happen next. Stephanie says she doesn't believe in money. I say I don't believe in time. And yet, if you want either one of our time, you need to give us money. I don't know how that works. Stephanie will be like, money isn't real. And I'm always like, time is an illusion. It's never real. It's never been real. Pero if you want my time, please open your wallet. Slide me some money. Same for Stephanie. We don't work for free. We don't do the free work. Because we see what a difference it is when people actually pay, which is why the challenge I talked about is a paid challenge. We see the difference when people actually pay. When they pay attention, right? Janet, your cousin would be learning a lot faster if she was paying. I don't know her. I'm just going to tell you that's the truth for like 99% of the population. You learn a lot quicker when you're paying to learn. You pay a lot more attention when you're paying. So do her a favor and charge her. You're doing her a favor by charging her. Give her a discount if she refers people. But do her a favor and charge her. I believe in it. All right. Yes. So I think Janet, you got this. Set up a Calendly, a PayPal link. Give her a PayPal link and be like, before you schedule your next session, send me whatever number feels good to you. Whatever number feels good to you, make it bigger. Increase the number because it was too low. It was too low. Jared's friend is getting $100. Why aren't you? An hour, not over the whole course of time. $100 an hour. Why aren't you? Are you not as good as Jared's friend? Or are you just not charging people? And D said, just paid for some of your time. Thank you, beloved. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. I love coming here and talking to you guys on Sunday. So, this is close, but this is literally as close as it gets to free. It is. I don't believe in time, but if you want it, you got to pay for it. Stephanie doesn't believe in money, but if you want her time, you got to give her some money. Janet, you said, but that's DC. Yes, it is. And I don't know where you are, but if Jared's friend is getting $100 an hour in DC, you can get 20, 30 something dollars an hour wherever you are. And you can get it from family. If they respect you and value you, you can get that money. And if they don't respect and value you, they shouldn't be getting their free service. It wasn't Jared. We're not talking about Jared. It was Jared's friend. I don't think it's greedy. I don't think $100 an hour for math tutoring is greedy if the demand is there and people will pay it. I do not think you can overcharge for your services. That is not something I believe in. Right? There is always someone who will pay you the price you want, whatever that price is. You just have to believe that you're worth it. Janet, you're worth it. No matter where in the country you are. For the people related to you, you can get $100 from somebody. and then somebody else and somebody else. And no, baby, you don't need to go study before you become a professional tutor. You are doing it for free. Charge the person you're doing it for free, and then have them send you somebody else and somebody else. And you will learn everything you need to know by doing the actual work. Mm-mm. You don't need to study. We get in this imposter syndrome and we're like, I kind of know it, but I'm not the actual best at it, so I can't charge people for it. I don't feel like I know everything. We had this last week in our Get Your Next 3 Clients challenge. We had one person who was like, I feel like I don't know enough to charge for my services. Do you know more than the person you're talking to? Yes, you can charge for your services, right? Like if you need to know the math for the day, the math for the day. Can you do the math for the day? Yes. Figure out the other math tomorrow, right? If there's more advanced math for tomorrow, do that math. Figure out that math after you do today's session. You need to be one step ahead of your clients. One step ahead of your clients. You got this, Janet. Charge your cousin. Charge your cousin. And if you're legit like the difference between, I hear from a lot of Black women that they don't want to charge people for things because they want to do it for the community, or they want to, they don't feel right charging. Cool, get something out of it. I'm not one to normally say you should barter, but this nursing cousin, does she braid? Can she watch your kids? Like what is the exchange you can do if you refuse to charge her money? All of you guys, anyone who's not Janet, pretend I didn't say that. Like, to rewind in the brain. We're not bartering. We're getting cash. We are not bartering. We're getting cash. If charging your cousin, Janet only, I'm only talking to Janet, if charging your cousin for the valuable work you're doing for her feels like something you can't do, what is the thing you can get in exchange that shows you how much she values you? Because if you're not getting an exchange that shows you how much she values you, this is not happiness. I want you to be happy doing this. It's not goodwill. It's not. Halisa getting paid more for less. I can't even say that Algebra 1 is less than pre-calc. I blocked out all that math out of my brain. I was pre-med for like a semester or maybe a year. It doesn't exist anymore. It's all gone. The holes, the wig holes, that math has escaped from it. They'll pay. They'll pay. Now your cousin's probably not going to pay you $100. Going from 0 to 100, that's probably not happening. Someone will. And it'll feel better than being a CNA. If you love it, if you're good at it, and if people are paying you a lot more, it'll feel better. All right. Lisa said it, so it has to be true. You got this, Janet. Okay, y'all. Ooh, we have been at it for a while. I think we're going to wrap it up now. Thank you for being here. Thanks for talking career breaks. I run a career break and move abroad program called From Burnout to Bliss. You can join at the link in the description or the link in the comments, which I will add again right now. Monday, we're doing Monday on the YouTube in the description. We have a 10-hour video of women who've taken career breaks. So if you're like, I want to do this, but I don't know how, join us. Drop in, drop out, whatever. Stephanie and I will be there for most of the day. Someone will be in the chat chatting with you all day long. That's all I'm gonna say. Somebody's gonna be there. So it's gonna be like this, but pre-recorded. So we'll be able to fully engage with you in the comments because we won't be actually talking because neither Stephanie and I can type and talk at the same time. So tomorrow is Monday, right? Tomorrow is Monday. Join us tomorrow while we do this, and we will talk. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, what are you waiting for? Join us over there. Subscribe. Stephanie, no, that is not Stephanie. Adelia says it will be like a summit booster. Yes, it's going to be a party, which I think for Stephanie means she's bringing wine. I think that's what she means. She's doing the laugh. Oh no, she's Stephanie. I know what our Stephanie's going to be there. I think she's going to have wine. I think she is. Okay. Thanks, y'all. Until next time, I really appreciate you guys being here today and this talk. It touched me. She's joking. She's not going to be drunk all day. But while she's on the live, she might be. Go subscribe. We'll talk later. I'm going to go buy some furniture, I think. Fingers crossed.